everybody. Welcome back to another week of Travel Talk with the Women's Travel Club. As some of you know from the past couple of weeks, my name is Ali. I am the Director of Marketing with the Women's Travel Club. You can find me on all of our social media platforms. If you ever feel like sending me a message and saying hi, I'd love to chat to each and every one of you. Today's travel talk, I'm joined by Irene Murray. I'm going to add her to the stage right now.
Hi.
Hello, Irene.
Hi.
So Irene is our Director of Member Services with the Women's Travel Club. So we are here today to sit down, give you guys a little bit of a general overview of who we are, what our goals are, and what we're here to do. And there's going to be a presentation as well on how to navigate our website and book a tour online. Hopefully, at some point throughout this presentation, we will be joined by the director of our flight desk, Julie, and hopefully she'll be able to give us a bit of insight on what she does with our club and how she goes through the process of booking your flights associated with your tour with us. Anyways, just a little brief introduction I give every time we start these talks. From my perspective, what I believe one of our main goals or purposes is to cultivate, interactive and unique tours planned by and for women travelers. That's probably my favorite saying when talking about the Women's Travel Club, because everybody that works for us here, we're all experienced travelers, and we all do what we do because how much we love to travel. Wouldn't you say so, Irene?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what inspired me. I've been living abroad in Europe for the past year and a half, and I came back, and after seeing, a very small section of the world, I decided I needed to see more. So that's what I'm doing here. With the Women's Travel Club. So just our tour types are very different from A to Z. We do safari tours, cruises, lots of hikes, but we also do relaxing excursions and tours as well. So not everything has to be a hike through Machu Picchu, but we do offer those kind of tours as well. So very different activity levels. If you wanted to jump in, Irene, maybe give us a bit of an
You're doing such a good job. I'm so glad you're with us, Ali. Thank you. It's
Oh,
great to meet
absolutely.
everybody. So, for those who looked at the website, you'll see that the majority of our tours are international, but that's really what we're experienced at. So, pretty much any continent that you want to go to, we'll get there sooner or later if we haven't been already. We're here to answer any questions that you have.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ali. Thank you.
exactly. Oh, and I see Julie's joined us here, so I'm going to bring Julie onto the chat right now. Hello, Julie.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Having
Good.
a nice day.
Yes, it's always, I said to Irene before we started, it's always such a beautiful day when I'm doing these talks because the sun sets behind me in my office, so I'm always backlit.
Right on.
From the light. So I did give a brief introduction, Julie. I let the members know that you may be joining us today as well. So did you want to give maybe a short little introduction to yourself and your role with us here?
Sure. I'm Julie, and I am the flight coordinator for the Women's Travel Club. I've been a travel agent in the industry for over 30 years now, and have been part of Women's Travel Club for a little more than 3.5 years. So I'm your go-to person if you need flight assistance for any of our tours that we offer.
Yep. And Irene and Julie, as well as myself, I'm a new member to this section of our club, are well-experienced tour hosts with the club as well. So they will be, I know if some of you were here last week, I was joined by Kirsten and we did a little bit of an introduction onto what tour hosting is and what we do and add to your trip. So Irene and Julie are scheduled to go on a few of our tours that are coming up soon, which we are going to be talking about. Julie, you're going to Ireland soon, and as well, you're before that, you're going to, where was it again?
Oh, tell them about your upcoming trip.
Your upcoming trip.
Next week I
Next
will
week,
be
yes.
hunting the Aurora Borealis in Sweden and Finland,
Oh my
as
goodness.
well as ice fishing, ice sculpting, snowmobiling,
Yeah.
snow
And
shooting,
she's
all the
totally,
winter activities.
that's right. And she's ready. She's been getting ready for this for some months. She's ready.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Irene, what's your next tour that you may be venturing into?
So not until September, but it's called Flavors of Burgundy, which is Burgundy River Cruise through Ammer Waterways. Actually, actually they have a promotion on right now that's reflected on the tour page, which is for shared occupancies. But yeah, it's a great tour. I'm looking forward to it. And they do have land packages as well, like a pre-land and a post-land. Worth looking at. Hope you can join me.
Mm-hmm. There's something that I think we always try to do with our tours, especially ones that are really far away, is try to find really cool packages that we can provide in terms of maybe a pre or a post night package. I think especially for the cruise tours, they're quite beneficial because it can be quite stressful to arrive on the day of embarkment and then you're getting off the plane and you're running and getting on a boat, and it can be a lot. So that's another layer of what we do. It's not always about the tour itself, but it's about creating an experience for you as our members to have a really good vacation that kind of ticks every box you want to be checked when you're going on tours into places like this. So that's another kind of layer of what we do here.
It's very much about making sure that our clients are part of the group, that always, that they're not flying solo, essentially, that they signed on with a group and they're with a group and it will be a fulfilling experience, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a presentation here on kind of how to navigate our website. Julie, did you want me to go through that first, or I just don't know how much time you have to be with us right now. So I don't know if you wanted me to do that first and then you can go into the flight process.
Absolutely. I'm here for the duration. So
Perfect. That's great. Okay. Awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. So let's get this going here. Let me just see how okay. Lovely. So of course we're here to get to know us, but this is our website. Now I will mention briefly just before we start, the provider that we use to build our website right now has a slight glitch. So what I'm about to show you is the proper way to do it, but we're rectifying the issue very promptly in the backgrounds here. But just know if there's any little glitches with buttons, it's a different section, but we are working on it. So
if you're rushing to book a tour within the next hour, just don't expect it to go smoothly. But we're here, you can reach out to us. But
yeah.
hopefully by the end of the business day, it'll be fixed.
Yes, definitely. So you will see within this presentation a really nice way to get in contact with us, but we'll get there. So welcome to our website. I'm just going to bring this out here. Sorry, guys. Just want to make sure we have all the information up. Perfect. Okay. So welcome to our website. So upon arrival to the website, of course, you're going to be greeted by our homepage. So whether you are logged in as a member, an existing member, or you don't have an account, that will not affect your ability to go through our website. So you will be able to browse through tours. You can read our blog. You'll be able to go through our gallery and everything, even if you do not have an account with us. So that is absolutely no problem there. So at the top of the screen, you are going to see a bar that runs across there, and that will help you easily navigate where you would like to go. So if you move your cursor over each section, you will see the different pages that are available. So for example, the About Us, you can read about our team. You can even go to our Travel Talk page. With the tours, you can look through the different levels of tours. Now, the Essential, Classic, and Signature are what we offer. I did dive into a little bit of this last week, but essentially what this means is that every level of tour you go up, you are just going to get a bit more bells and whistles added to your tour experience. For example, one of those bells would be a tour host. So for the essential tours, you would not have a women's travel club host traveling with you. You would have a tour guide that is on site in the country. However, with the classic and signature tours, you would have the in-country guide as well as a women's travel club tour host to be your concierge and best friend throughout the duration of your tour. So that's kind of just very short different ways to differentiate the tours. Another way you can look through our tours is through the type. So if you're really wanting to go on a safari, which I am dying to go on, is you can go through the tour types here. You can click on the safari drop down, and you can see all the tours that come up that are under that category. As well, you can go through our photo and video gallery, and there is the blog and contact and login buttons as well, but we'll get there. But this is what I was just mentioning earlier. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can click on that green chat box. Now, you can see how there's two little icon guys there. That means that there is somebody online monitoring these messages. Now, these messages usually get answered within a few minutes. However, they do stay in our system. So no matter what, somebody is going to see your message and reply to you. So if you are having any troubles throughout navigating the website, you have questions that you want answered promptly, definitely utilize that button in the bottom right-hand corner, because any of us would be happy to help you with anything you need there.
And Ali, just a quick comment. Some people do forget to put in their email contact, so in case we're a little late getting back to them. So always, please, ladies, put that in there, and then we can respond.
Exactly, yeah. So this is what you would see when it comes up. So when it says, as Irene was mentioning, when it says write a message, yes, please insert that information as well, just because it makes it a lot easier for us to get in contact with you again. Okay, so how to browse our tours specifically. So if you wanted to just go look at all of the tours, of course, you would just go to the tour menu at the top, drop down, and click the All Tours button. Next, this is what you are going to see. So it will redirect you to this page. Now, this is the top of the page. So you can search by destination. So if you click there, you'll have a drop down that shows you a wide variety of a very wide variety of all the different places that we offer our tours in. You can, if you're looking for a specific date and time, again, specific tour type or tour level. If you're really wanting a signature tour, you can browse exactly what you're looking for that way. And just by clicking the search button, it will direct you there. So once you scroll, I'm just going to go here. So once you scroll, you're going to see a page that looks like this. So you'll have pictures that kind of guide you through each of the tours. If you look at the titles there, you can see that it'll say Essential Japan, or Essential Thailand, pardon me, and Signature Japan, and Signature Tulip Time River Cruise. So that's kind of how it looks. If you look down there, the dates are there and a brief description. So by clicking View Tour, of course, it takes you into the page for the tour, but we have a number of different pages. So if you see at the bottom of the screen there, you can click through 1 through 6, and that can take you through each page of all the tours that we offer. So I've clicked on the Provence Barge River Cruise. So once you're on the tours page, you're going to see the additional menu bar running across the top. By clicking on each of those categories, you will be brought down to that informational portion of the tours page. So you can see the tour dates on the right of your screen just to confirm that this is the one you're looking for. But just so you guys know, by clicking on each of these titles at the top of the page there, you will not be taken out of this page and brought to a new one. It'll simply just scroll you down and keep you on the same page. Now, it is important to mention that all of these are shown from a laptop perspective. So if you are using your phone or your iPad or any sort of tablet to go through our website, please turn it to its side like this. That way you will be able to see in a landscape view every detail that you need. If you are viewing this way, some information might get convoluted, it might get lost, so just try your best to stay this way. Now, so if you scroll down a bit, you're going to see the inclusions and highlights for the tour. If you keep going, you're going to see the itinerary. So first and up in the itinerary, you will have an interactive map where you are able to see an overview of the entire tour. This map, again, is interactive. So when you're scrolling, try not to scroll too much on that map or else you will be zoomed out and see the whole world. And you'll go, where's my tour? Where am I going? So just try to keep your cursor to the right side of your screen if you're scrolling past this section, or you'll lose your map. And then if you keep going down, the itinerary continues and shows you day-by-day outlook of what the tour is to expect, or what you are to expect on the tour. So obviously by clicking read more here, you will be able to see the intricate details of what you would be doing day by day. Now, this of course only includes the days of the tour. If you have pre or post nights booked, of course that's not going to be shown here. So yeah. If you keep going, you're going to see important details and pricing. So at the Women's Travel Club, we do offer both single occupancy and double occupancy rates. You'll see there that, of course, double occupancy means you're sharing a room. Underneath there, if it explains that if you would like a double room but don't have somebody to room with, we do roommate matching. So that is done, of course, in the back end of our tour services department, but that is you'll see all the information about that there, as well as a brief conversion, approximate conversion. Now those are obviously subject to change, but we try our best to give you guys the best outlook as to what it's costing. And then you'll also see the activity level, which I love. I think that's super beneficial because I don't know if I could handle a trek, Salcantay trek to Machu Picchu right now. I'd have to go to the gym a little bit more before I could take that venture. So I think that's super awesome that we have that laid out there for you. If you keep going, you'll of course see the group size. So these will vary per tour, especially with boat tours or cruises, because we only have a certain amount that we're allotted that's not in our control. So there may only be a certain amount of rooms available that the company is allotted to us. So that is something worth looking at when you're looking into what kind of tour you want.
Ali, if I can just interject. So because of the example that you have here, we essentially will own that vessel, the boat, the barge. So the 21 is referring to the number of members that we could accommodate, but it's entirely us. It's nobody else. And the crew, of course, that's it. Yeah.
Which I think is awesome.
Yeah. Sure.
Private boat tour with your best friends in France. So yes, so thank you. And please, Irene or Julie, at any point, interject if you have any additional comments. It's greatly appreciated by both me and, of course, the viewers. So I think this as well as the exclusions is a big part, because I think that's something that can be questions that we're having. So this, you can see everything that's not included in the trip. And then you'll see if there is a tour host, you will have that section allotted to you there. If you keep going, you'll see again the roommate matching policy. And then you'll have these two sections that go flight information and flight quote. So by under flight information, flight quote, and then travel insurance, you'll see two buttons where you can make a quote request. So once you click on these buttons, you will be directed to a new page where you will be expected to fill out a request form for each of these things. So I'm just going to, I think I have it here, I'm not sure. Oh, I thought I had a picture of each of the forms, but I guess I don't. But essentially for the flight request form, where is it here? So you're going to input a number of details, including a picture of your passport, contact information, as well as travel preferences. So like your preferred flight class level, seat selection, arrival day, and things like that. And then am I correct in assuming that goes to you, Julie? Yes. So Julie gets that, and Julie works for Magic. But we'll let Julie get into her. Unless you'd like to jump in now, Julie, and just kind of let them know what happens when they submit that form.
Sure, or if you wish to finish.
Yeah, we can wait until we get into your section. But
Sure.
and then we have the travel insurance quote request form as well. Obviously, it's going to be different, slightly different from the flight quote request form. But yes, so that is sent to our insurance department, and the flight information form goes to Julie and our flight desk department. So if we keep going here, sorry. So next, you're going to see an overview of the accommodations for the tour and a brief description of the locations. I didn't take a full screenshot of both accommodations allotted here, but you will have an opportunity to see the hotel or the boat or wherever you're going to be staying, read a little bit about it. You can always do more research on those places if you so wish. Let's go here. So, and at the very bottom, you're going to see the FAQs, so frequently asked questions. And if you click on each of those plus signs right to the far right of those questions, you'll be able to see the answers. But of course, you still will always have that little green button in the bottom right-hand corner to send a question in that may not be presented there. So, yes. And then at the very, very bottom, you're going to see other tours you may love. So for, of course, the barge river cruise, you're going to see the signature Christmas markets river cruise, and you're going to see the cruise for Tahiti and the Tuamotu Islands. So that's going to be something on every page. Now, another thing worth mentioning is sometimes we do create multiple tours that can be packaged together. So Irene, did you maybe want to give a little description of that?
And so, because I think somebody put it to me once, if I'm traveling that far, meaning internationally, if there's more than one tour that will align with another tour so they can stay longer and experience a whole lot more. So for example, next year we're offering the Asia tours, so that the Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and they're all essentially back to back. So they can make that transition quite easily. And that clients had asked us a few years ago, can we do another tour? And so from there we expanded the concept. So it works well.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So that would be the tour page. So I'm just going in here. Oh, this is, sorry guys, I'm just checking this out here. Sorry, I thought I had, oh yeah, no, that's the one I'm looking for. Okay, sorry, I thought that was the wrong one. So again, continuing how to book a tour. So if you liked what you saw and you want to jump on to the tour, you're going to see that button consistently on the far right-hand side of your screen that says book now. So please be advised that what you are seeing on the screen right now is just an example screenshot. It is not actually what is being offered right now. I just want to make that very clear, because this pre-cruise package is not, and it's just not, it's fake, guys. It's just for the purposes of this presentation. So the first thing you're obviously going to see is, where is it? Oh, yes. So after you've selected Book Now, you're going to see this pop-up that allows you to select your occupancy rates. So of course, you may choose double or single occupancy. Please be advised that if you have selected something and the button will not allow you to click Book Now, it may mean that that slot is not available. So maybe all of our single occupancy rooms have been taken up, so the only thing that tour may have available is a double occupancy room. So just be advised that if that's what's happening, you somehow can't get through, that is why. You can always send us a message if you're really adamant on wanting a single occupancy rate, and we can definitely work with you on figuring out how to do that for you. But yes, I just don't think it's a glitch. It's just, that's what's happening.
But Ali, to your point, if a client runs into that, many things can happen in the world of technology.
Yes.
So I would encourage them to send us an email or make the phone call, and we can confirm for sure what the availability is on that date. For sure. And sometimes it's a case of working or going to our supplier. So perhaps we are full at that moment for our allotment of, say, single occupancy. But then if we pick up the phone and contact the supplier, who knows, there might be something available. So it's always worth the clients reaching out to us for sure.
100%. Like our goal is to help you. And we want to just make sure that you get the experience and the tour that you want. So yeah, always reach out to us. Somebody is always going to be ready to give you an answer as soon as we possibly can. So continuing here, if you just scroll down a little bit, you're going to see your final total, and then you are going to see the button at the bottom of the screen. Ooh, bottom of this. What's happening? Bottom of the screen to continue to book now. Now next. So this is the page that you are going to see initially when you're going to book a tour. Now, if you have decided to book a tour and you are not a member, by continuing through to this page, it will automatically be created for you, an account. So if you are a returning member or a returning customer, you click at the top of the screen there where the arrow says to log in. If you are not an existing member and you do not have an account, just continue through filling out this informational page. And at the end of the transaction, an automatic account will be created for you, and you will receive an email confirming so, which I will show you in a moment. But yes, so this is going to be the next page you see. You are going to fill out your billing details, email, street address, all of that. Continuing down, you're going to fill out town, city, state, or country, and your postal or zip code. And then at the bottom here, that's when you create your account password. Be sure to write that down somewhere safe. I have a notes an app in my phone that has all my passwords, and I forgot the password to the note. So I just
That's not smart. Okay.
it's great. So it's a locked note with all my passwords, and I can't get into it. So just make sure you're keeping that somewhere safe. But again, on the right, you're going to see an authorization that you've read through everything and that you agree to the terms and conditions.
Okay, Ali, but if they forget the password, they can contact us and we can clear it and send you a temporary. So
Absolutely.
There's a way around it. If the brain's not working, there you go.
There's always a way around it. Okay, so going next, once you proceed, so after you click the button that says submit right there at the bottom, after you proceed, this is what you're going to see. So you're going to see an overview of your order details, your order number, date, email, price, all of it. And then if you see below there, it just says billing address. It's just going to be confirming that the billing address you put in the previous page is correct. And then you click complete payment. Now, what's important to distinguish here is that the payments through our website are not, they do not get processed on our actual website. So what happens is that through your account, you have all of your information, uploading your credit card information and things like that. However, it is our tour department that is processing these payments. So nothing is actually being taken out of your account once you go through this step. Is that correct, Irene?
Yes. So I think that, I don't know if we still use the term pay now. It might have changed, but just know that because it's our website, for security reasons, we're ensuring that you are submitting in a secure link your credit card information that then goes to our tour department, who handle after the fact then the payments. So it's just for their safety. Yes.
Yeah. Everything we're doing is just to make sure everything's done by the books and to protect, you know, all of your personal information as well. So everything is in a very secure internet space that only we can access. Okay, so yeah, after that, welcome aboard. You're officially booked onto a tour, and you've gone through the steps to book onto a tour, and you are a member with us. So once you've completed that step, you are officially a Women's Travel Club member, which is awesome. So I thought I had a picture of the welcome email. Might be in a different slide. I don't know where that went. It's very strange.
Yeah, so Ali's trying to explain now we have this automated process, so it's a confirmation of your booking.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Yes. So once you're a member, again, you can go into your account at the top of the menu page there. By clicking on that, you will be directed to this page where you get an overview. So you'll have your account dashboard. You can see here that I have booked on to the Provence Barge River Cruise. So it shows that my status is received. So the Women's Travel Club has received my order. There's my number. And then on the left-hand side of your screen, you can also look through the tours that you've pre-booked. You can update your passport details if need be, your personal information, your payment methods, so your credit card information as well. But that is your hub for your account. So yeah, this is the email. This is what I was trying to find. So after you've sent the booking request, and you have created your account, this is the email that will come into whatever email you've put in for your account. So we're going to thank you. And then there is, this is your username and this is your link to log in. Now you don't have to use that link, so you don't need to go into your email and click that link every time you want to visit our website. It's just simply by typing in our name, Women's Travel Club, you go to the website. And if you go back to that section here on the welcome page, you can easily access your account. So yeah, if there are any questions at this moment that anybody has about the website specifically, now would be the time to ask. If not, you're always welcome to just pop a question into the chat at any time. Okay, so here we go. Any hints? Any hints on the pre-cruise option for the Provence Barge River Cruise, guys? That's asked by Anita Hubley.
Thank you. So yeah, Anita, Julie's our go-to also for that particular portion of the tour. So Anita is the lady who's waiting in the background to book Provence, but she's really interested in what we have to offer for the pre-package. Julie, the floor is yours.
Okay. I can talk briefly about it, but yep, we're concentrating on the town that's the closest to your embarkation point. So you'll have access to walking tours, a daily farmer's market in the morning, things to do rather than being in the countryside. So that gives you a bit of sense, Anita. Well, we're looking for a central location that's close to Arles where you're embarking. And we'll have that information for you ASAP.
Thank you. Thanks, Julie.
Stephanie Walker's asked, I'm assuming the 24-hour change your mind clause for airlines also applies to tour groups?
No. So if you send in a booking form and you would have read the terms and conditions, it would say, and again, it's not in my mind exactly how it reads, but once your payment is processed, the deposit is processed based upon those terms and conditions. There is no get out clause.
Kim Roth has asked, is there an option to select US dollars? Now, I'm under the understanding that everything we have is in Canadian dollars. We do try to give an approximate what that would be in US dollars on the website. So when you're selecting your occupancy rates, you will see something that says USD approximate. We are trying to stay as on track with the exchange rate as possible, but I do believe our payments, they all get processed in Canadian dollars?
Well, so I can explain this a little more in depth. So depending upon our supplier, the majority of our suppliers will quote us in Canadian dollars, although we do have some. So for example, Windstar, our Tahiti tour, they will only provide us with pricing in US dollars. So rather than our clients lose out on exchange rates, so we could convert it back to Canadian. Again, you're losing because the exchange rate there's a slight fluctuation each time. So we will quote the tour in US dollars and it would be processed in US dollars. But it is clear on the tour page which dollar it is. And again, the majority of the tours are Canadian, but we will, as Ali said, show an equivalent approximate cost in US dollars. And all that conversion is done by your credit card supplier. So we process in Canadian dollars and they would convert it to US dollars. I hope that was a good explanation.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I do have a question here. So Anita says, thanks so much, Julie. Just to throw that in there as well. I didn't see this comment. Janet says, love you guys. I hope you don't feel like you're talking to no one.
Is that Janet with two N's?
Let me see. It is Janet Morans.
Oh, hi, Janet. Looking forward to seeing you.
I do have a question here from Diane Papas. Excuse my pronunciation if I'm making anything wrong, because I'm trying. But she's got a question for Julie, asking if you handle points or only cash tickets. Now, I don't know if you want to get into that now, or you wanted to kind of go into your section on kind of your role and what you're doing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Typically with your reward points, you do have to go through your dedicated reward department to redeem those points. Travel agents don't have access to your reward account. So if you wish to cash in your points, typically you have to go through your reward department. Now, there are some airlines that do allow you to book a certain fare level. And then once you've purchased that fare level, then you can go back in and redeem points and upgrade your file. So I can work with that certainly, but for outright point redemption, you would have to go through your provider that you're getting your points from, whether it's your credit card or your frequent flyer program.
Thank you.
And then another question from Hallie, I believe. Holly, I think it is.
Oh, Holly. Holly?
Yeah.
Is it Holly Hale?
Yes. Oh, it's the other. So on Facebook or on this, it's reading last name, first name here. But
meeting old friends right now.
yeah, this is what I love. It's like we're hanging out. But Holly's asked. So she said her friend has a trip booked this October, but she's not sure if it's a go. She's ready to look at flights. How can she know it's the Transylvania trip?
Oh, is that Holly's on? Holly. Oh,
Her friend.
Sorry, your friend. Sorry. First of all, Holly, I thought you were talking about Kenya, and then I gulped and I thought, oh, it's been guaranteed a while. I'm not sure. I don't have that in front of me. I know who your friend is, Holly. When this is over, let me check it out and I can send her a quick email.
So that's all the questions we've got there. So Julie, did you kind of want to explain to us what happens from the moment somebody sends you a flight request form, and then what happens from there?
Sure. Wonderful. Thanks, Allie. All right. So if you do click on that button and submit your flight request form, a lot of our members do that at the time of booking. So they're booking their tour and then they're also sending in their flight request form. So that's great. We keep those on file because most ladies sometimes are booking 8 to 12 months in advance. We do suggest, however, we wait until the tour is guaranteed. Make sure we've got our numbers and the tour is guaranteed. If you do wish to confirm your flight sooner than that, then we do recommend that you have a flexible fare. So if for whatever reason we don't reach our numbers to operate a tour, that you're able to either retain the value of your airline ticket towards another trip or get a refund because you've purchased a flexible fare. So your flight form comes in, I receive it, you get a reply from me that says it's been received, and we keep it on file, and we're watching for seat sales, we're watching for best routes, and as soon as the tour is guaranteed, typically, or if we know further in advance, then you're going to be receiving suggestions for itineraries from your hometown based on what you've put on your flight request form. We do ask that you submit a copy of your current passport. That's very important. We're checking proper names. We're also checking expiry dates. Some persons perhaps haven't checked their passport and it's expiring in 2024. You're going to Turkey and now
it's happened. It's happened. Yeah, it's happened.
So we do ask that you attach a copy of your current passport. And then also what we do require is the mobile phone number that you're going to use when you are traveling. That's mandatory now with airline rules that we have to submit at the time of booking. Your email address, and your mobile phone number that you're going to use while in destination.
Is that a new rule, Julie?
It is new in the last, certainly just before COVID, we had to start inserting that in all our files. It was a mandatory rule, and we can't finish a booking without having that information. We could say the customer has refused to give that information. However, the airlines need to contact you if there's a last minute schedule change or disruption or irregular operation. And you could be at the airport, and then you're going to get a text message from the airline that there's an interruption to your flight. So that's important to collect that information. We do ask to indicate which tour you're on. We do have a box on there. We're going to hopefully make that mandatory that you can't skip that portion, because sometimes with our wide database, we could have someone with a similar name, and we're not sure exactly what tour you're on if you haven't filled in which tour you're taking.
Right.
Then on the second part of the form, I'm just looking at an example here. You can put in your preferences for seating. You can indicate that you want to arrive a day early, you want to stay a day later, or you want to perhaps travel with somebody else. You've got friends that are going on the same tour and you want to be on the same flight as Jane Doe, then you can put that information on the tour form, the flight request form as well. Also, what class of service you would like to travel in. I can give quotes for everything, economy, premium economy, or business class. And then any special meal services or special requests if you need a wheelchair, if you must have a window seat, or are able to sit in an emergency exit row, I can provide all of that information for you as well. And then lastly, the credit card information that we collect, and that also just verifies that that is the card we have in our database in our secure vault. Nothing is charged at the time you submit that form. However, at the time that your airline ticket is issued is when we're using your credit card and you've given us permission to do so. I always like to verify the credit card details prior to issuing the ticket. Sometimes it changes, and perhaps it's different than the credit card you're using for your tour. We do have some members that use multiple credit cards, and they use one specifically for airline purchases. So I just like to verify also credit card details before you purchase your ticket. And I think that's about it. We do have a flight management fee. I'll talk a little bit about that. A lot of ladies ask, what does that cover, or what does that give me service for? Your flight management fee allows us to monitor your booking from time of booking until day of departure, and even while in destination. So if there's any flight hiccups, any disruptions, lost luggage, that's a big one. Give me a call. You've got a live person to call. If I've made your airline booking, then I can certainly assist. If your bag goes to a different country, or you've missed a connection because of weather. We had a lot of that just before Christmas in Germany, the ice storms.
Yes.
A lot of hiccups there on those flights.
Yeah, you were pretty busy then, that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's our flight management fee. So it does cover you from the time you book until you return home. So it's part of our service fee that we have. And any questions, I can certainly answer them for you. But that's our flight request form.
Thank you.
I have a quick question, Julie. Well, I know the answer, but I mean, if I was somebody who was booking, so if I decide that I want to take care of my flights myself, do I have to let you know? Do I have to let our tour services department know? What's that protocol like?
Sure, great question. So we do, as it comes closer to departure, we do ask our members to fill out a pre-travel form. And it's on this form that you're going to give us your flight details and your insurance details, also any allergies or
Sleeping if they need the what's it, the
Oh,
CPAP.
EpiPen.
and
EpiPen.
EpiPen, emergency contact information as well.
Mhm. Yeah, all those pertinent tour details, we collect that at that time. So if you have booked your own flights, it's on that pre-travel form that we asked you to complete. And Irene, it's what, 60 or 90 days prior? It depends on our supplier.
Even sooner. But I think also to Ali's point, and you've reinforced it, you're not obliged to use F service. I spoke to a lady today who's has a friend who's an agent who has booked flights for her before. So what we will do is, but again, looking at our tour page, we're very thorough in indicating where you're flying into, if there's any limitations in time, where you're departing from, again, any time limitations. But yes, certainly not obliged to use us. But however, to that point, if you book your own, you don't have a Julie behind you. So if something goes awry, you're on your own, which is unfortunate. I don't mean it that way, but Julie would be there if there was a glitch. And we've had them. So it's good to know that you can just turn to her and she'll deal with it.
Having somebody to little flight guardian angel watching over you. Yes, Julie. But yes, that's a obviously I do that, but that I would definitely take advantage of booking through us because we offer that extra layer of security as well, just to know that, especially with lost luggage, because I don't know what I've been traveling since I was in diapers. Now, knock on wood, but I've never gone through that, so I don't know what I would do. And I'm an experienced traveler. If I did something like that happened, I'd need Julie. Definitely.
Good to know.
Janet says, so Holly says, can't wait to see you, Irene, in Kenya.
No, I'm not going to Kenya. Oh, Holly, yeah, I'd love to, but I'm not. I'm. This is one area that. Kirsten. Kirsten is an Afrophile, and she did Kenya last year, and how the heck she got to do it 2 years in a row, I don't know, but you'll love her because, as we know, Kirsten's a vet. She has her own practice, but ask her any question about the wildlife you see, Holly, and she'll answer it for you.
Awesome. Yeah, she was here last week. Holly says, no, I'll miss you. You'll just have to go on a trip together. Maybe another tour you guys can do.
She is such a hoot. She's a jokester, but she has a very warm heart.
Janet here says, looking forward to the pre-booking info on Croatia and Switzerland 25. Already booked on Burgundy cruise. Our third, Irene.
That's true. So let me mention Croatia. So the tour department, there are multiple reasons why they couldn't follow through for 24. But I know when I was speaking with them even yesterday that they are looking to try and put in place probably an essential Croatia, which is where there would be no tour host, but that we can actually offer it to ladies that really want to go this year. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, there might be something that fits with your schedule. But I know you're on the Burgundy River cruise, so I hope the dates don't conflict.
I have an awesome question here from Lisa Davis. She's new. She says, hi, I am new to this, always traveled with husband. I'm in my 70s, healthy and curious. Would this club work for me, especially if I am alone? Would it be better to start with a small trip? Did somebody else?
Great question. So Lisa, do you know how many phone calls I take from ladies who say, I'm over 60 or my husband doesn't want to travel? And of course, the big response is, we're the fit for you. So I think so many men, if you have a spouse, are content to stay put. And we have women looking to travel. So I'm sure there are lots of tours that would fit the bill for you. If you're unsure, maybe that's not quite the word to use, but if you want to start with a short duration travel, something like the New Orleans, which is a 5-day getaway, would probably be a good fit for you. But explaining when you don't just send in a booking form, you become part of a group. So you're included in our network chat. We do Zoom meetings, or a Zoom meeting, I should say. We have our WhatsApp, which is our link for the ladies, sorry, not ladies, members, to stay in touch with each other who are on the tour. And we are actually, Ali, you can probably speak to the app that we're creating right now, developing. But so just to reinforce, you're not on your own. If you have a friend you want to bring along, by all means, but you'll be a fit. And if you love the destination, you're in good health, it's something you want to do, go for it.
Anita has said here as well, Lisa, this is a great group for solo travelers. Everyone on the tours is so welcoming. And that's, I think, solidifying what and Janet says, yes, for sure, Lisa. What I'm trying to stress here is that we here at the Women's Travel Club, we're not just an agency. We are a collective, we are a community, we are a group. And one of our main goals is to ensure that we are traveling among like-minded women like us who want to get out there exactly how you would, who's maybe have a spouse and their husband doesn't want to travel, or they've got the travel bug like me and don't have anybody to go with them. And with Kirsten here last week, she really gave us great insight as to how our members come on their own and then leave with some of the best friends they'll have for the rest of their lives. I know Kirsten, I can't remember what they called themselves. They went on a tour together.
It's about yeah.
Well, they went somewhere, but they're lifelong friends, and now they each have a little tattoo from the tour they went on, and they actually get together every year. They're going on, I believe they're going on the Provence River cruise. So the Turkey, yes, the Turkey mamas or something. But so that's just one example of what you get from being a part of our community, from being a part of our group. We strive for connection as well as experience, and that's why I'm very thank you. That's why I'm very adamant on connecting on our social media platforms as well. I love talking and meeting you guys, and these travel talks every week have been a great opportunity for me to interact with you, and that's all we want. Is we just want to pair that connection with the experience. So yes, so yeah. And then Holly says, I met 2 ladies in Holland last year, and now we are all going to Kenya.
Yes.
So definitely, Lisa, I think your comment there kind of encapsulates part of why we do what we do. And not, of course, everything, but a very strong part of why we are here and what we do.
So if she has any questions and wants to talk, I'd be happy to do that. But we also have our info if you could, or maybe you'll.
So this is our contact us page. So I will type it in the comments as well, the email. So that way, if anybody wants to copy and paste it, they are able to do so. So I have commented that there. Lisa says, thank you. I will definitely research and book. My husband died 2 years ago from Alzheimer's and first time alone. Very, very sorry to hear that, Lisa, but we're all here to, support you. And that's what we do here. We lift each other up and we embark on these amazing journeys together, and we create memories that I promise you will last you. So I'm very, very sorry to hear that, but you have a whole group of ladies here ready to
meet
you in a loving hug in an amazing part of the world. So there's our contact information there as well. And I have posted the email in the comments there if anybody needs to copy and paste that. Especially Lisa, if you'd like to reach out, Irene says she'd be happy to have a conversation with you as well.
Thank you.
Is there any final comments, Julie or Irene, you guys would like to make before we just wrap this up?
No, you've done such a fine job.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually,
Thank you guys for joining me, though. It can be I'm new enough here, and to have the support of both Irene and Julie. I mean, Irene and I are on the phone to each other about half of the day. We're just calling each other back and forth. So, but you guys have been a great support for me as well. So I'm sure the members we have can attest to that as well.
You're doing a super job, Ali. Thank you.
Again, so yeah, if you guys wanted to send me a message on Facebook, I'm going to be online for about another hour. And you guys can also send us an email, and we would love to talk to you and answer any questions. And Holly and Kim say thank you. So yeah.
Take care, everyone. Thank
All
you.
right. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.